thank the member for Moreton, and I call the member for Fisher.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. And I rise today to congratulate the Turnbull government on its expenditure in my electorate of Fisher for all things infrastructure. Just last week, I welcomed the Transport and Infrastructure Minister to the seat of Fisher, where we did the sod turn of the Bruce Highway, $929.3 million upgrade between Caloundra Road and Sunshine Motorway. This will take the highway from 4 lanes to 6 lanes. It will provide a new interchange at Caloundra Road, a new interchange at Sunshine Motorway. It'll provide a number of service roads. In fact, all up, I'm told there are 100 kilometres of road just in that stretch that will be improved upon, together with park and ride facilities. This is a fantastic outcome for the Sunshine Coast, and I'm very proud to have announced it last year. But the works are underway. They've started just last week, and we're all very excited about that on the sunny coast. But we haven't stopped there. In the budget just 2 weeks ago, the Treasurer announced some $650 million in addition to that already put aside for upgrades to the Bruce Highway south of Caloundra. That will provide us with 3 lanes each way from Brisbane, as a minimum, from Brisbane to the Sunshine Coast. And I, once again, am very, very proud to be a part of the Turnbull government that has delivered those upgrades for the Sunshine Coast. Add to that another $180-odd million for the Nambour interchange. Takes this government's total expenditure on the Bruce Highway to $1.6 billion. $1.6 billion is the most money that has been spent by a federal government on the Bruce Highway in my neck of the woods, and it's not before time. When the member for Grayndler was the infrastructure minister, what did he do for the Sunshine Coast? Absolutely nothing. It reminds me of the old, what have the Romans ever done for us? What did the member for Grayndler ever do for the Sunshine Coast? Absolutely nothing. So very, very proud to be part of a government that is providing this much-needed infrastructure, part of $75 billion over a 10-year investment program for this infrastructure for the country. But we're not stopping there. We're not stopping there, Madam Deputy Speaker. We all know that the travel woes for Sunshine Coast locals to Brisbane is not just predicated on an effective Bruce Highway. We've now got to turn our attention to the duplication of the railway line between Beerburrum and Nambour. So, as well as $8.4 billion that this government has set aside for the Melbourne to Brisbane Railway, this government has set aside another $10 billion across 10 years to fund the National Rail Program. Out of that National Rail Program, the Palaszczuk Labor government can bid for the duplication of the railway line. Now, in my discussions, and I'm sure that my friend, the member for Petrie, has discovered the same thing, I've discovered that on not one occasion has the Palaszczuk Labor government picked up the phone and tried to speak to the Transport Infrastructure Minister and try and get funding for that much-needed duplication of the railway line. We've got to ensure that that duplication, that the state Labor government actually gets off its backside and applies for that money. I intend to write to the Queensland Government this week to formally request how we might advance the progress of the rail duplication. I hope they respond. Unlike the Minister for Natural Resources and Mines, Anthony Lynham, who I wrote to that minister on behalf of my constituents at Mooloolaba Marina on the 2nd of February. I've had my office follow him up 7 times since the 2nd of February, asking for a meeting with my constituents, myself and him, to progress the Mooloolaba Marina. Not once have we had a response that says this is going to be a date. If we get any response, it's, well, we're getting to it, we're getting to it. The 2nd of February, Minister Lynham, you're a Minister of the Crown. Doesn't matter that I'm from the opposite party. Doesn't matter whether my constituents don't vote for your lot. please respond to my request. Let's have a meeting and let's try and sort out the problems that Mooloolaba Marina are encountering. It's in your patch. Thank you.